For Saturday, I have four tickets. I have a ticket of 2.6 odds with 3 games. I have a ticket of 5.6 odds with 5 games. I have a ticket of 2.7 odds with 3 games. And then finally, I have a ticket of 4.6 odds with 4 games. At the end of every ticket, I should be able to provide you with a code that you can use to get these matches directly. And I want to explain every match on every ticket. Let's start. For the very first ticket, with odds of 2.7, I have called this the early kickoff ticket. So you need to be mindful of it being an early kickoff. You know what happens in early kickoff games. The first game we have Fredericia playing against Odessa. This is in Denmark. The Division 1 in Denmark. You need to know that in a lot of bookies, Odessa is just called OD. I've gone with X2 because first, Odessa is on the top of the league, and the whole season it has only lost 1 game. That's why I'm defending it. Then for the next match, we're going to be having Everton playing against Arsenal. There is a way how Everton disturbs Arsenal, especially when it is at the Goodson Park. I've gone with 3.5 under. But you can go for a handicap of -1. If you want to know how a handicap works, just comment handicap. I'll be able to explain that for you. And then for the next match, I'm going with Coventry playing against Burnley. I'm going with Burnley to be able to score just 1 goal because Coventry concedes a lot of goals, and Burnley has been able to score against Coventry, I think, in the last 6 meetings, and Burnley is a very, very decent side in the championship right now. The next match you're going to have to go with Girona versus Alaves. You need to be knowing that both of these teams are not performing well. So, but I have a good feeling that after 4 games without a win, Girona will be able to walk out with a win, especially given the fact that Alaves has only won 2 games away the whole season. That's why I see it not being able to beat Girona, and Girona has a good record against Alaves. But this is the early kickoff ticket, so if you know you avoid early kickoff games, you should avoid this ticket. But I've just put it there for those who know how to place bets on early kickoff games. Next ticket. For the second ticket, we are going with the first match as Real Madrid playing against Valencia. I'm going with the Madrid win. Madrid has been able to score at least 2 goals in all games it has played at home, apart from the 1-1 draw it had with Atletico Madrid. So you can go for Madrid to win or Madrid to be able to score 2 goals. Next match, I'm going to have to go with AZ Alkmaar playing against Feyenoord. AZ Alkmaar has failed to keep a clean sheet against Feyenoord in the last 10 meetings. That's why I'm going with Feyenoord with odds of 1.25 to be able to score at least 1 goal. And then with odds of 1.31, I'm going with Forest to be able to score a goal against Aston Villa as our 3rd match on this ticket. And then I'm going to have to go next match over Young Boys. And by the way, Aston Villa is playing PSG in midweek, so I don't see them coming in full force. They have to keep some energy to go to PSG and try to get something. And then Young Boys against Swindon, I'm going with Young Boys to win this match. Young Boys has a decent record at home. That's why I'm going with Young Boys to win this match. And Young Boys is looking for the 5th consecutive win this season. No, in the last 6 games it is looking for the 5th consecutive win. And then next match you're going to have to go with those teams to score between Barcelona and Real Betis. Real Betis has won the last 6 games it has played, and Barcelona has also won the last 6 games that they have played. And all the last 8 games that they have played against each other, they have been able to score, to have both teams to score. So that's why this match I'm going for both teams to score. This ticket will be able to give you total odds of 5.6 odds. Let us look at our 3rd ticket. And then for our 3rd ticket, please feel free to subscribe and like this video. For our 3rd ticket, we are going to have to start with Mainz hosting Holstein Kiel. Now Holstein Kiel is almost relegated. It is one of the teams at the very bottom. That's why I'm going for Mainz to be able to win this match. In fact, Mainz this season is fighting for the Champions League. It is not fighting to go to the Europa or the Conference League. It is fighting for the Champions League because it is currently in the 4th position above Mönchengladbach and Leipzig. For the next match, we're going to have Leipzig against Hoffenheim. Last weekend, Leipzig lost and they had to fire their own coach. That's why I'm going with I wanted to go with Leipzig to win, but they haven't got a new coach. That's why I'm going with both teams to score, because when it comes to Hoffenheim, it is always both teams to score. Our next match, we are going to have to go with Heidenheim against Bayer Leverkusen. I wanted to go for Bayer Leverkusen to win, but of recent Bayer Leverkusen has been disappointing us, especially when it lost against Armenia Bielefeld in the midweek. You cannot believe that Armenia Bielefeld is in Bundesliga 3, beating a team that has just been knocked out of the Champions League. But in this match, I'm going for 2.5 goals. I do see Bayer Leverkusen being able to score at least 2 goals, but I also see Heidenheim able to score at least 1 goal. By the way, the odds of 1. These are odds of 1.6, but the odds of 1.42 for Bayer Leverkusen to win are also good odds. Then next match, we're going to have to go with Slaven against Hojbjerg Splint. This is in Croatia. Hojbjerg Splint has been able to win the last 9 games, has won the last 8 games and only drawn once, and in the last 14 games it has not lost against Salvan, and this is in the Croatian league. Hojbjerg Splint is currently on the table of the second league in Croatia. Let us go for the 4th ticket. For our very last ticket with odds of 2.6, I'm going to have start with Birmingham playing against Barnsley. Now, Birmingham has not lost a game at home the whole of this season. I like such teams that have not lost a game in any circumstance. So, I'm going to have to go with Birmingham to win against Barnsley with odds of 1.24. And Birmingham actually was able to make a comeback in the midweek. So, I do trust Birmingham to be able to win this match. Next match is going to be West Ham playing against Bournemouth. Now, in the midweek, Bournemouth lost to Ipswich. It was hard to believe, but I'm going with over 1.5 for this match, and I do see over 0.5 for West Ham. That means West Ham to be able to score just 1 goal, with odds of 1.3 for West Ham to score just 1 goal, because Bournemouth of recent, it is just simply leaking goals. Then for the next match is going to be Crystal Palace hosting Brighton. Most people are surprised to see Crystal Palace conceding its first goal in 7 away games against Southampton, and even dropping points against Southampton. It was hard to believe, but for this match I'm going to have to go with Crystal Palace Brighton over 1.5 goals. These are odds of 1.25. Then for our very last match, we are looking at Benik playing against Sparta Prague. This is in the Czech Republic. When I looked at this match, I quickly realized that there could be a both teams to score, with odds of 1.6 for both teams to score. But then I saw the odds of 1.24 for over 1.5 goals. So if both teams to score goes through, our odds also go through. With if you look at both of these teams, they have been able to score in their last games. So that's why I'm going for both teams to score or over 1.5 goals. Let the games begin.